Hi, it's Joey Reynolds. I'm looking hours younger. I put Vaseline on my lens. Is that a little blurry? Is it? Oh, I have to wash the phone. Uh, you know, water and electronics don't really go. So I got to go out and play Pokemon. I'm going to poke some on. I went yesterday to a Jamaican, and I said Pokemon, and he said, "You come back." They don't know what I'm talking about. I went into a Latin restaurant, a Cuban restaurant yesterday, and they said Pokemon, and everybody thinks that there's some sort of a connection in the language, when it actually just is a stupid ass video game that's ruining people's lives so that we don't have to deal with each other. We're dealing with a computer. And you talk about 2001, the motion picture by Stanley Kubrick. You know, the prophecy of it was also in Clockwork Orange, which is the new black. I haven't seen it. But, you know, Clockwork Orange was Stanley Kubrick's film, also 2001, which was a movie that showed us how we are going to eventually be guided by some sort of a computer. Like in that movie, it was called Hell. HAL, the computer, and guided the spaceship around the galaxies, you know, and did everything, fed you, changed your diaper, whatever you needed to have happen. See, one of the reasons we have a society the way we have right now is that nobody stays at home. You know, my mom used to stay at home. Her job was to raise kids, and you see what a great job my mother did. She would have done a lot better to farm me out. But to raise children, see, we women before the workforce used to actually raise kids. Now they're raised by strangers. You see a lot of black women with white kids in New York City wheeling them around. That's because they are actually raising the children, you know, while the mother's at work. So that's the way that's changed. And there's been a lot of changes, you know. I think right now our world of terrorism is another thing we have to live with these raccoons that want to make everybody fearful so that we don't dare do anything that we've always done. After 9/11, our mayor in New York used to say that, you know, let's just continue our lives, because if we show them that we have something that we are afraid of, then they win. And we got to keep going with our regular lives, but we also have to respect the fact that we are bombing other countries, and we shouldn't be doing that. And taking in the refugees, that's a whole other deal, you know. I mean, everything's changed. Even Al Roker lost weight, and you know, the weather's changed, and so has Al Roker. You know, it's the way it goes. And Stephen Colbert, he's become I don't know. Can you be any more smug than Stephen Colbert? Can you? It's amazing. Rosanna, Gilda Radner had it right a long time ago. She says, you know, it's always going to be something. I miss that girl. I had a house in Buffalo that was a mansion when I was a big shot disc jockey. I had an indoor pool, a screening room, and a bowling alley downstairs in my mansion. I mean, I was living large, and I took my kids to show off. I wanted to show them where I lived and the way I lived when I was a celebrity and a star, and it became Gilda Radner House. So isn't that interesting, right? You know, for wayward women. Of course, I had a lot of wayward women there when I was there, but not for the same reasons. Oh, man. Well, never mind. That's a whole nother. I'm not going to do that telltale book. It's the Reynolds rap.